The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. So off we go then.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements, overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Puyol gets across to intercept that. Threads one in. Oh, good take in a good area. Out of play for a goal kick. Passing is crisp and sharp. Now it's Messi. Oh, good-looking ball. Now it's Messi. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, this guy, Rodri, is a player I like a lot, and he's someone who quietly gets on with his job by doing a lot of the simple things exactly right. His game's all about playing short balls, forming triangles, and his speed of thought is actually quite impressive, and it often keeps him away from trouble.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. That's really well cleared. Seedorf conjures time and space where few can. And this is Del Piero.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Probing pass. Roberto Carlos. Ronaldinho. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played. Well stopped.
Roberto Carlos promptly onto that, and that is that. Van Bronckhorst.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Seedorf. It's a pretty loose pass. Vieira. Del Piero. Cafu gets over and intercepts.
Fenerbahce couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Now it's Messi. Now, can they get him away? And this is Van Basten. He's had a shot! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Del Piero gets it clear. And he was quick to react. Looking for the run. Del Piero. No, it's come to nothing. Oh, that was vital. Vieira. Del Piero. Tries to pass it through. Hullet. That's a good ball out wide. Hullet looking to get on the end of this. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it.
Ah, welcome to modern football. You get hounded by everyone.
Van Basten. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Somewhat off target. Oh, easy pickings there.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And here's Ibrahimovic. And that is expertly dealt with. Del Piero. Now it's Pele. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, Red, nice interception. Buffon punts it upfield. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. There's the whistle for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0, but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in the second half.
No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are...
Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. This to go one up. Doubt. Not a twitch, not a blink.
It's in, but only just. The keeper guessed correctly, and the heart and mouth moment for the taker.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, talk about the perfect start to the second half. They've certainly come out with more purpose, more energy, and it's paid off beautifully. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
He has found the way through. Messi!
Can't be expected to deliver anything better than that. This is heroic keeping.
Thuram.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Thinks about the shot. Played back in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And they win it back again. Thuram getting this one clear. Now it's Van Basten. He's through here. He's got away. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Now it's Pele. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Now it's Pele. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that could set him on his way. He is through here. Brilliantly cut out. It's in, and that looks to me very much like an own goal.
Oh, I've been there myself, and that's the last thing he wanted to happen. I really sympathise.
Substitution for Fenerbahce, number 11.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
That pass just didn't quite work. Now he's off and running.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
The ball has bounced loose now.
Number 7, Cantona. Number 22, Zanetti. Substitution in progress.
Now it's Shevchenko. Del Piero gets into some space. Drives it in. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Corner number 2 then. Keeper has taken decisive action. Van Bronckhorst. Rafael Varane. Tries to play it through. Well, there's the clearance. Great vision. Raul. Messi. And Messi! And that's a real chance missed.
He's definitely playing with a lot more conviction. This team should look to him to produce the catalyst for a comeback.
Now it's Van Basten, and he's intervened well there. Ahead by 2 and just about into the home straight. And here's the chance to counter. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning.
Can he finish? Yes! And they are pulling clear here. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. And he's managed to get free. Decent chance! And he hits the net. Players ecstatic, fans delirious. This is utopian. And that's it. So thank you very much, Jim, for joining me. That brings us to the end of our coverage. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Red and black wherever you turn, the San Siro is buzzing. Certainly up for this one. So it's down to business here.
Well, Peter, at this stage we often focus on the creative and goal-scoring talent, but I'm going to mention a defender in Lilian Thuram. As good as they come for me, very strong and athletic and competent in every other department you care to mention.
Just about the perfect defensive specimen.
Yeah, and I think often underrated.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Ibrahimovic, he's found a way through. He's a sharp little ball here. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Maldini. And it's Vieira. Here's Rodri. Del Piero. Oh, that is a nice touch. And that is a superb rearguard action. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And this is Van Basten. Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And they'll start all over again with the goalkeeper.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Messi. Referee has just said play on. More and more pressure on the ball here.
Yeah, I've had a quick review of what we've seen so far, and I can confirm we're in a shot-free zone.
Turns back here, probably the best option. Vieira.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Best. Good driving run. All right on the edge of the penalty area. What's he giving here? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. This looks like a more than decent chance to strike.
Well, it's quite simple. They have the best man for the job on it.
Oh, smart save. He had plenty to do.
Absolutely terrific. Terrific reflexes. Goalkeeping at its very best.
Now it's Messi. And it's Bergomi. And he was quick to react. No way through. And that's an excellent interception. Can he spark a counter here? Has a look and place it forward. Bergomi makes the interception. Bullet can be a real threat inside the box. Messi. Vitinha, and that's a good ball. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Vieira. Rodri. Vieira. Rodri. And that interception was most necessary. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Maldini. That's Vieira. Del Piero. Pepe. And it's Pepe. Half-time rapidly approaching, and it's still goalless. To Maldini. Great vision. It's a promising position. Rafael Varane. And the counter is on. Del Piero running with the ball. Oh, that's fabulous. Bergomi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And it's Rodri. Vieira. Rodri. Out towards the flank. And it's Del Piero. And he's picked it up out wide. Oh, that's neat. Opts to play it back. And the shot! Goal! Milan! Deep into first half stoppage time. A crucial goal. Lacking for neither time nor space. It could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
And there is the half-time whistle. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
Attenzione signore e signori, ricordiamo a tutti i tifosi di non perdere di vista i propri bambini durante la partita, per la loro sicurezza. Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 11, numero 23, numero 13, Messi.
Here we go again.
Numero 15.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
And he's forced to go back. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Pepe. Thuram. Bigo making good progress on the right-hand side. That's Thuram. Back to the keeper it goes. Throw in. Pullet. Great defending, strong and determined.
Bullet really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Now it's Figo. And it's Rodri. Goes down, but nothing given. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And they can counter here. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Pepe. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, considering they're only one down, they're closer to conceding a second than scoring a leveller.
And this is Ibrahimovic. Well, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Pepe is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. It's not an especially good pass, that. Rodri. But it's Thuram. Pepe. Vieira.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Into space out wide. And he's taking no chances there. Pullet. Chance here to counter. Thuram. Pepe. Crunching tackle. Del Piero going face-to-face with his great rival.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Gnabry receives it in a wide position. Out of play for a throw.
Sostituzione per il Milan. Numero 16. Lascia il campo per il numero 9. Attenzione, una sostituzione.
Now it's Figo. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Figo. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Thuram. Pepe looking to provide the solidity his team so need. Figo will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Vieira. Opts for safety. It is looking like the end. If anything's going to happen, it's got to happen now.
Well, it's looking like too little too late, but they are giving it all they have.
And it's Figo. That's Figo. Figo going face-to-face with his great rival. The final 5 minutes. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple.
Well, they've chosen the correct way to see this out because the opposition press is very weak.
Pull it. Keeper's got good distance on that. Vieira. Distributed tidily. And here's Gnabry. Knocks it into space. Delivers the ball. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And that will be it. So in the end, one goal did it. An exciting encounter where both sides produced a genuine effort to go on and win it.